And now, Mike's thoughts. Man hour. What is up? Michael Buckcaster here with the Man Hour. Head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the precise page. Of course, at the blog section as well. But we start every show off with a rant, right? With a rant that is near and dear to a lot of people's heart, especially the Houston Texans. Jadeveon Clowney has come out and officially said that he wishes that he could sign with the Houston Texans and, quote, finish out his career. Well, Jadeveon Clowney, you had the opportunity to be a lifetime Houston Texan. You had the opportunity to be one of the greatest defensive players of all time. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, flashback to that South Carolina game versus Michigan, right? He went viral. This is what made and break that man's career, was that amazing hit on that Michigan running back. Since then, he has struggled with injury, which that is just a part of the game, especially as a defensive end. But Houston Texans, they look the other way, i.e. J.J. Watt. If you are out there putting out the product, like, hey, man, just you go have your 12th back surgery and come back and have it, and we'll see you here, right? But when Jadeveon Clowney effort is meh, right? When that man's effort is just non-existent, what makes you think a team wants to keep you? The Seattle Seahawks didn't want to keep you. The Tennessee Titans didn't want to keep you. The Cleveland Browns obviously don't want to keep you. So to say that you wish or you hope that a team will sign you, give me a little bit of effort. Just show up and give me 100% one game, man. I thought you to the Seattle Seahawks was a match made in heaven. I thought things were going to look up for the Seattle Seahawks, and then you want to half-ass every play. Oh, you give 100% like one play when you're chasing the water to the other side of the field. But let's just be honest, Jadeveon Clowney, your ship has sailed. Your ship has sailed when the Houston Texans released you or traded you, whatever they did. You are long gone, and it is time to just accept the fact that you are no longer very wanted in this league. You had the opportunity to be freaking great. Opportunity. But opportunity pits itself away when you decided to not give very much effort. So Jadeveon Clowney, sorry, man. Your time has come. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that while I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckcaster here with the Man Hour. So to head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page store. Check out the blog section as well. And if you guys are curious, you can also become a member. We got after hours footage. We got the drive footage. We got after show footage all over there on the subscription. Simply click the subscribe button if you're on Facebook, or click on the members tab if you're over here on youtube.com. And all proceeds from those groups are going into the new and improved studio. That's right. Man Hour's building a brand new studio, guys, right here in Sellersburg, Indiana. And, it would be help if we could get some funds to help us support that. But, guys, I am back from basically a week off. The allergies got me down. They're still kind of wanting to hey, I'm the boss in this kingdom. But let's just be honest. A little bit of Benadryl and a little bit of Flonase, bada bing, bada boom. 60%. But we do got to welcome some people into the chat tonight, or today, this afternoon. We got my man Arthur Brown jumping in the chat. What is up, Arthur? Long time no see. This guy is a professional truck driver. Be safe out there, my man. Patriots End Zone is in the chat as well. He says he's back. Yes, sir, Wayne G. I am back. And guys, go check out the pages in End Zone. This guy is putting out some of the best Patriots content that I have seen. And I see a lot of Patriots content because, people want to share stuff to our groups all the time that are basically shit shows. Wayne G, he is on that tier 1 Patrick Mahomes GOAT level, baby. Check it out. Arthur Brown also says, rest in peace to Jim Brown. Yes, guys, Jim Brown has officially passed away. I believe it was Saturday or Sunday, guys. But he officially passed away. A Hall of Fame running back for the Cleveland Browns, a great NFL career. And, I'm going to leave it at that because I don't know Jim Brown personally, but I've seen some stuff coming out. I'm kind of like, really? But it is what it is. But guys, it is Monday, and that means we got Way or No Way happening. We're going to talk a little bit about CMC. We're going to talk about Trey Lance, Darnell Mooney. Desmond Ridder says the Falcons have the most explosive offense in the NFL. What? And of course, got A.J. Brown getting hit by a car. Well, almost getting hit by a car. And a charity autism bicycle ride in Philadelphia. If you guys know anything about Philadelphia, does that really surprise you? That traffic is crap. But we got to get into some new news. New news. I don't have the graphics for the new news, so we're going to flick it by the hip. Ba-boom, bada bing, bada boom. Ravens have officially signed Josh Johnson to their team. Josh Johnson is 37 years old. Guys, what are the Ravens doing? They already have a backup quarterback in Tyler Huntley. They signed Lamar Jackson to a Brinks truck. And then they want to bring in Josh Johnson. What is it? They're like, Tyler Huntley may not stay healthy. Lamar Jackson won't stay healthy. So let's go ahead and bring in Josh Johnson because he looks the most like them and maybe has somewhat of a game like them as well. Come on, Ravens. Do better. Panthers tight end Hayden Hurst has had sports hernia surgery, but Frank Wright says he should make a 100% recovery and be good by the season. This is something to be kind of keeping an eye on because sports hernia, guys, it is likes to rear his head again in the wrong times. So hopefully he is good to go. Right tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, Lane Johnson, says he is officially cleared to perform NFL duties and activities. If you guys remember, Lane Johnson was playing injured with a torn pec, I do believe, pretty much all of the regular season last season during the Eagles Super Bowl run. And Jason Kelce says he is arguably one of the best right tackles in the game. And I team to agree with him. So hopefully for Philadelphia Eagles fans, Lane Johnson is good to go and he is 100% healthy. Panthers decided to cut Jacob Eason. If you guys don't know, Jacob Eason was a former 4th-round pick for the Colts just a couple years ago. And I thought Jacob Eason may have been the future in Indianapolis. I was pretty hyped about this pick. I'm like, hey, you know what? They got Jacob Eason. They signed Sam Ellinger in the 7th round. I was like, whoa, look out. Jacob Eason just got cut, though. Kind of getting the Josh Rosen treatment here. Seems like just going to end up on a bunch of teams. Texans signed Shaquille Griffith to their defensive secondary. Guys, the Texans are secretly making some pretty good moves. Let's just be honest. The Texans are going to surprise some people this year, and they might be a winning team. We'll break it down next week here for you guys. Steelers signs Mitchell Trubisky to a 2-year contract extension. They also signed Mason Rudolph to a contract extension as well. Talk about dumb moves. There's one of them. Not two, but one of them. Mason Rudolph, one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. Like, I put him up there with Gardner Minshew overrated. It's just, what? But Mitchell Trubisky, great. Mitchell Trubisky is a former first-round pick for the Chicago Bears. He was 7th overall. The year with Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, right? Spent a season for the Buffalo Bills. Now entering his second season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is a great move. But Mason Rudolph, now, absolutely dumb, absolutely asinine move there, 100%. Like, I can't believe we're even talking about it, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. So, guys, let's get into the main topics of today's show. This is Where No Way Monday here. So we've been streaming the old interwebs, reading some blogs, watching some videos, YouTube videos. Obviously, I don't really dive too much into ESPN or the NFL channel or CBS or like whatever. I like the kind of like the underground, the under guy, kind of like me show, because they'll give it to you, right? But I was on NFL.com and I got a lot of these topics from there because some of these topics are just kind of like, what are the world are you guys talking about? But the first Where No Way of the day, Christian McCaffrey, CMC himself, says the trade to the San Francisco 49ers was the best thing that ever happened to him. So, guys, as you know, in the middle of last season, was it week 8 or week 9, the Carolina Panthers decided to say, hey, we're going to try to tank. We want that number 1 overall pick. We want Bryce Young, which they end up getting, but they didn't get it. But they traded him to the San Francisco 49ers basically for some picks. And then later in that interview, CMC says there's, quote, no hard feelings leaving Carolina. So I got to ask this question, guys. Way or no way did the trade to the San Francisco 49ers save CMC's career? Now, when I say save CMC's career, let's just be honest. This was the first time Christian McCaffrey has really played a full season, I don't know, ever. Like, it seems like every time we look, he is on the injured reserve. He is on the 15 DL or whatever. Obviously, it's football, but it is what it is. But we have to look at past the health issues. We have to look past the Carolina just really isn't that good, right? Last season. This year might be a different story, but we'll digress from that. We'll talk about that later. But we have to look at the longevity of an NFL running back, period. Christian McCaffrey has spent 6 years now in the NFL, going on to his 7th. Guys, what is the average lifespan of a NFL running back? 4 to 5 years. That is the average lifespan of a running back in the NFL, is 4 to 5 years. Look at Zeke. Zeke was at the top of his game just a couple of years ago. 1 year later, he's cut. He's not even on a team. He was the highest paid running back in the NFL, and now he's cut, not even on a team. And he's what, 29 years old, 28 years old, 7, 8 years in the league. But hey, so guys, this is a way. This is 100% way. Getting traded to the San Francisco 49ers will basically ultimately save his career. Not because the 49ers, the Panthers, not because he is going to be deemed a bust, right? It is not because he is going to be deemed what if, right? It is because going to the San Francisco 49ers are going to give us glimpses of what CMC used to be his first 3 years in the NFL. Going to the 49ers is going to prolong that career. Going to the 49ers might give Christian McCaffrey 3, if not 4 years more on his career. If he were to stay in Carolina, we would have seen him right off into to the sunset after this season. He would have been out of the league, retired 7 years in. This is 100% way. This is a way. It's just, think about it. You go from Carolina, a team where you can't stay healthy. You are consistently injured. I mean, I get it. It was just two years, but happened to Cam Newton, right? Healthy, and got injured and can never get back. Maybe it's the Carolina water. Like, hey, you are never going to get healthy. You may sprain an ankle, but you're never going to get healthy. I mean, I guess 49ers can be the same way. I guess that's kind of a double-edged sword there. But yeah, I think it's a way. Arthur Brown is in agreements with me as well. He is saying way. No explanation, but way. Patriots End Zone says no way. His career would have been what if is individually. No matter the team. But did he save him from a team despair? Asian Baby says, do you think CMC wishes he was back in Carolina with a potential solid quarterback? No. I think CMC is very, very happy in San Francisco 49ers. The reason being is not because I don't think he was unhappy in Carolina by any stretch of the imagination. Let's not get that twisted. I think he was very happy. I think he was happy being the guy in Carolina. But they were not Super Bowl favorites. They were not a playoff team by any stretch of the imagination. But when you go to San Francisco, you instantly Super Bowl or bust. You are instantly almost in the playoffs every year. So to say he wishes he was back in Carolina, no. Because he says, and I quote, going to this 49ers was the best thing that ever happened to him. So I know he is definitely happy where he is at. Speaking of the San Francisco 49ers, Trey Lance has, quote, made huge steps this offseason working with Patrick Mahomes. So as you guys know, Patrick Mahomes works with a private instructor by the name of Jeff Christensen. Trey Lance was invited to come practice with Patrick Mahomes this offseason, and basically Patrick Mahomes was doing things perfectly, and Trey Lance wasn't, and Jeff Christensen is like, hey, do it like Patrick Mahomes, and now all of a sudden Trey Lance is, quote, taking huge steps this season. So guys, way or no way, are we buying the fact that Trey Lance has taken huge steps this season and he will ultimately be a San Francisco 49er moving forward? So as you guys know, Trey Lance was drafted 3 years ago, by the San Francisco 49ers to basically be their heir apparent quarterback, to take over Jimmy G's spot. For whatever reason, the 49ers did not like Jimmy G. He's now with the Las Vegas Raiders. Trey Lance had the opportunity to start last season and broke his leg and decided he did not look very good. Every NFL game Trey Lance has played, he's just not looked like a number one pick. Now, not number one like overall, but first round pick, I should say. So, way or no way, he has taken huge steps. I mean, any step forward for Trey Lance is going to be a huge step. Any step forward for any quarterback is going to be huge steps in this off season, right? I believe Patriots End Zone said it best a couple weeks ago. Local media bias is always going to hype up their guy, and hyping him up is great. But let's look beyond this story. Let's flash back to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has had was it a UCL, his elbow surgery this off season. All speculation says he's going to be ready by week 1, but an article just come out and said Brock Purdy may never be the same. He may not even be ready for this season. Spoiler alert, Brock Purdy has come out and said that he probably won't be playing this season either. Might be, quote, a career-ending injury. So for Trey Lance to take huge steps, this is huge for the San Francisco 49ers. This is huge for that organization. Your starter, your first rounder that you picked a couple years ago is finally going to be a good player. Maybe. This is definitely way. He has to be good. That's just what it is. Has to be good. Although if you talk to Fred Warner, defense still wins championships, and who cares about who the starter is, right? Who cares who the starter is? Patriots Enzo says, way, he will be their starter. No way, he's made huge improvements. So Patriots Endzone is coming out and saying that Trey Lance is going to be the starter. So I'm going to ask you this, Patriots Endzone. Is it because Trey Lance is better than Brock Purdy, or because Brock Purdy will not be playing this season? That's the question that I want to ask. Because, like I said, Brock Purdy may have had a career-ending injury. We have seen Mr. Irrelevant, maybe pinnacle career top there, right? But let's just be honest. Trey Lance has not played a full season since 2019. 2019. Not at the NFL level, not at the college level. The only game he played in 2020, the COVID season, right, was they played basically a rivalry game, North Dakota State versus South Dakota State, just to get Trey Lance some film. Basically just get their guys some film. North Dakota State is quickly becoming an NFL factory out there. I'm super glad that my Kansas State Wildcats picked up their coach, and now Wildcats are quickly become a professional factory. But hey, we'll digress from that. But any improvements for Trey Lance has got to be huge. Trey Lance is better than Brock Purdy. You know what? I think the verdict will be out on this early this season. If Brock Purdy is able to play this season, that's a big if. So if Brock Purdy is able to play this season, I think Brock Purdy is going to get exposed all up and down the field. I did like him in college. I got a chance to saw him live a couple games when he played my team, my alma mater. And he was a really, really good college quarterback. So was Tim Tebow. So was Vince Young. So was Jamarcus Russell. So was Ryan Leaf. Now, Brock Purdy has had some success. I will give him that. What, he won 7 straight games in a row? But let's just be honest. Fred Warner and the 49ers defense carried those teams, and the games they played were kind of like, meh. They weren't that good. Let's just be honest. The 49ers are a really, really good team. They are a plug-and-play quarterback system. You could probably get Jamarcus Russell on the 49ers right now, all 400 pounds of that guy, and bada bing, bada boom, they might be Super Bowl contending team still. But to say Trey Lance is better than Brock Purdy, I think this offseason, this preseason is going to be telling for both of those players. Whoever starts week 1, which Patriots End Zone thinks is going to be Trey Lance has to win the first 3 out of the 5 games. The 49ers have to start 3-2 if Trey Lance is going to keep his job. If they're a below 500 team going into week 5, we're going to see Brock Purdy in there. And then at that point, the verdict will be out on both teams or both players. But on the surface right now, Patriots End Zone, I do agree with you. Arthur Brown jumping back in the chat. He says working with Mahomes is going to help him play a full season. No way not buying the hype. So, Arthur Brown, let me ask you this question. Put your thinking cap on here. Pull over the side of the road. We don't want you to hit nobody. When I blow your mind away, how does working in the offseason with arguably the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now going to help your longevity? How is working with a great quarterback in the offseason going to prevent you from getting injuries? Like, are we in the Space Jam where Michael Jordan's drinking that special drink? You know, when he wrote on the bottle secret juice or Michael's juice or whatever, and it's water, right? Did Patrick Mahomes give Trey Lance some of that secret sauce? I mean, come on, man. Like, practicing with a player does not make you less injury prone, right? So if that was the case, my man Jordy Nelson never got injured in college. This man was there 24/7, 385 days a year. Yes, I know that's 20 extra days in a year, but hey, calm down. Bear with me. 8 days a week, 25 hours a day, my man was healthy and ready to go. So me being friends with Jordy, me being teammates with Jordy, practicing against Jordy every day, that didn't help my injury risk. I still run into walls and tear my shoulder up. Did that help? Come on. This man's talking gibberish. Talking the gibberish over there, Arthur Brown. But as always, be safe out there, guys. It is a great day to be alive. Monday, May 22nd, guys. I will be off Friday. I'm going to Nashville to see Dave Matthews. My wife is a huge Dave Matthews fan, so we're going to go check it out. We go every year. We normally go to Indy out there at the Sleepy Hollow campgrounds, but this year we're going to Nashville. Mixing it up a little bit. Speaking of mixing it up, Darnell Mooney says he plans to ball out this season. He says there is nothing he cannot do for the Chicago Browns or the Chicago Bears this season. He is their X factor. He is the guy. He is going to be the dude on the Chicago Bears this season. Way or no way, guys. Darnell Mooney is going to have a breakout season for the Chicago Bears. Way or no way, Darnell Mooney is going to have a breakout season for the Chicago Bears. Let's look at Darnell Mooney the last couple seasons. Rookie year, 61 catches, 633 yards, 4 touchdowns. Last season, sophomore slump, right? 81 catches, 1,055 yards, 4 touchdowns. Not too shabby. Not too shabby for a Bears receiver, right? Last season, 40 catches, 493 yards with 2 touchdowns. My man. Last season, you went in the wrong directions. You can say it was because, Justin Fields was throwing me the ball. Well, he was throwing you the ball the 1,000-yard season. Oh, but I had Andy Dalton the first couple weeks. You caught 4 balls from Andy Dalton. You caught 4 balls from Andy Dalton. Like, whatever. Last season, 40 catches, 493 yards with an average of 2 yards per catch. How in the God's green gracious do you average 2 yards a catch? Is that not the most Chicago Bear thing ever, is to average 2 yards a catch? Darnell Mooney, I love your optimism. I love, hey, hoorah, I'm the best guy out there. I get it. It's the offseason. Everybody is going to go 17-0. Everybody's Super Bowl champions, and everybody's going to be an MVP. But there are 3, count them 3, if not 4 players in the receiving corps better than Darnell Mooney right now. Look no further than the new acquisition of DJ Moore, the number 1 receiver. How about Chase Claypool? I think Chase Claypool is going to have a little bounce back season. The trade last season was, people were hyped about it, but he kind of got lost in the sauce. I think he'll be good. St. Brown. Yes, I know St. Brown's been cut by the Packers, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But hey, when you are the third or the fourth fiddle on a team, it is easy to have a breakout season. St. Brown, look out for him. How about this? Robert Tonyan. He's probably better than Darnell Mooney. That's right. 85-year-old Robert Tonyan from the Green Bay Packers. Oh, you want another one? Cole Kmet. The tight end for the Chicago Bears. Cole Kmet. I've given you 5 players, Darnell Mooney, that are going to have more catches than you, that are going to have more yards than you, going to have more touchdowns than you, and it's going to average over 2 yards a catch. This is a no way. There is no way Darnell Mooney is going to have a, quote, breakout season. No way he is going to be that dog. No way he is going to ball out. Unless you say 30 catches in a season for 360 yards is balling out. Hey, man, ball out, baby. But no way. Darnell Mooney, this is your last year in Chicago. You are probably going to be bouncing around the league from team to team to team from here on out. Maybe you'll land on the Patriots, have a good little 5-6 years there. People forget that you're there, but no way. Excuse me about that. I'll just catch up. Patriots Enzo says, no way. He still has Fields throwing him the ball. Patriots Enzo. Justin Fields was the 33rd ranked quarterback last season. Justin Jefferson was the 36th ranked rated quarterback last season. Justin Jefferson is a receiver, right? But I think Justin Fields is going to have a really, really good season. This is probably a make or break season for Justin Fields. No doubt about it. This is make or break for him 100%. Going into his third year, right? New offense, got all those weapons. DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, Robert Tonyan, St. Brown. You can put Mooney in there. Still got a good running game. PJ Walker's your backup. Okay, but whatever. But yeah, this is definitely a make or break field for Justin Fields. I don't like the Ohio State stigmatism. That's just kind of dumb. But I think Justin Fields is going to be a top 10 quarterback in the league this season. I think that he is going to wow some people. Not by just his legs, but his throwing ability. Last season, he did throw for 2,200 yards, right? Averaged about 2,000 yards a season with the 85 QBR rating. This is a make or break year for him. 11th overall pick, going into your second year with a new offensive coordinator, coach, etc., yada, yada, yada. It's time to put up or shut up, right? So, guys, let me ask you this question. As you Bears fans out there, I know many people are Justin Fields lovers or Justin Fields haters. So what if Justin Fields is not a top 10 quarterback this season? What if he is a bottom tier quarterback again this season? I'm talking like 20 below in the ranking system. QBR, yards, touchdowns, interceptions, all just like all of that stuff. What if he's a bottom tier quarterback? Do you start exploring the ideas of moving on from Justin Fields? Do you explore the ideas of, man, maybe we should have traded for Lamar Jackson? Maybe we should have traded for a Derek Carr or Jimmy G? Do you start exploring for that if you are a Chicago Bears fan? Let me know in the comments, guys. I am curious. I am curious to what you guys think about that. I'm curious. Curiosity always kills a cat over here at Man Hour. And my man Desmond Ritter says the Falcons have the most explosive offense in the NFC. Where, no way, do the Atlanta Falcons have the most explosive offense in the NFC? I mean, I think the writing is like on the wall. We all know that answer, but let me dive into it here. I wrote down some players here. The Falcons drafted their running back this year, 8th overall, Benji Robinson. Last season, 2 drafts ago, the 2022 NFL draft, they drafted Drake London, 8th overall pick. 3 years ago, they drafted Kyle Pitts, 4th overall pick. They picked up Jonnu Smith in this offseason. They pick up Scotty Miller in this offseason, and they still have Cordell Patterson. Boy, do any of those names jump off and say, wow, you are explosive? Drake London, maybe. I'm excited to see Drake London, grow, right? Kyle Pitts hasn't stayed healthy. It is what it is. He was a 4th overall pick, and people expected a lot of stuff out of him. Rookie year, Last year, where was he? I think he was on the sideline all season long. Jonnu Smith on like his 3rd team, right? Went to the Patriots and was just kind of like, what? Scotty Miller. There's a reason why he's no longer on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A small white guy running the inside that is fast. You can only last so long in the NFL. Cordell Patterson, not terrible, but he isn't going to be the guy. Robertson is going to be the guy. And then Desmond Ridder. Guys, this is a no way. No way that the Falcons are going to have the most explosive offense in the NFC, let alone the NFL. Hell, I bet you they don't even have the most explosive offense in the NFC South. Because when we look at the South, we still have the Buccaneers, still have the Panthers, still have the Saints. Like, they might be the second best team in the NFC South. Might be. But the issue is they have Desmond Ridder as quarterback. That is their issue. They have Desmond Ridder as quarterback. They have a pretty good nucleus there, right? Robertson, London, Pitts, Jonnu Smith, Scotty Miller, Cordell Patterson. That has an opportunity to be a really, really good core. Explosive? No. But good? Yes. If they had a different quarterback. That's right. If they had a different quarterback. There has been rumblings in Atlanta that they're going to trade Desmond Ridder to the Titans to bring in Ryan Tannehill. Could that be a thing? Would that make them an explosive offense? Well, no. Because when I think of an explosive offense, I think of the Kansas City Chiefs when you only need 13 seconds to score and win the game. This is a good game management offense, which that's what Ryan Tannehill is a game managing quarterback. That's what Jimmy G is. That's what Derek Carr is. That's what Dak Prescott is. Game manager isn't a bad term by any means. It's not explosive. So, would the Falcons entertain a trade for Desmond Ridder for a game managing quarterback like a Ryan Tannehill, like a Jimmy G? Obviously not going to go there, but let's say Geno Smith. How about a Jameis Winston? How about a Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson, it could be a good game managing quarterback. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Scroll back up here. Arthur Brown says, hell no way. No way in hell are the Falcons the most explosive offense in the NFC. Patriots end zone, always being optimistic. He says the Falcons have potential to be a very explosive offense. They are all very young. Very, very true. I mean, Kyle Pitts is the oldest guy of that core there. But I still take the Eagles and Cowboys offense all over them. How about this? In the NFC, I'll give you one better. I would take the 49ers offense over them as well. I think the 49ers are going to have a pretty explosive team this season. Who else will we take over the Falcons offense in the NFC side of things? How about this? The Packers. Talk about a young nucleus, a young core. All of the key parts of the Packers offense is at 24 years of age and younger. I'm talking tight ends, receivers, running backs, and quarterback, besides A.J. Dillon, which is like 29, right? Or no, sorry, not A.J. Dillon. Aaron Jones, 29 years old. I would take the Packers offense over them. Probably take the Lions offense over them. Definitely the Vikings. Buccaneers. Would you take the Giants offense over the Falcons? Guys, let me know in the comments. Let's have a quick poll here. Would you rather have the New York Football Giants offense or the Atlanta Falcons offense as currently constructed? The Giants currently do not have Saquon Barkley, so keep that in mind. Just keep that in the back of the old noggin. John's in the chat. What's up, John? Panthers are taking the NFC South this year, calling it now. I kind of concur with that, like a little bit. I have started breaking down my NFC teams and, getting wins and losses. We'll dive deeper into that once June hits, which is next week, right? But I think right now, John, you are spot on. I think the Panthers, this is the Panthers division to lose, I think. They have a very good, they have a really good team put together. Addition by subtraction was huge for the Panthers last season. With CMC last season, the Panthers were kind of just going to be bottom tier team no matter what. Once they traded CMC, I think they got better. They become like a lot more balanced team like it seemed like. Now they have Andy Dalton, that quarterback. They got Bryce Young. They did give up DJ Moore, but hey, addition by subtraction, right? I think the Panthers are trending in the right direction, as the people like to say. Trending in the right direction. It's a low bar to jump over, though. Let's just be honest. Are you referring to the AFC or the NFC offense, the Falcons' most explosive team in the NFC? The NFC South, probably a low bar to jump over. Let's talk about something, though, real quick. I read an article, I believe it was like firstfootball.com or something like that. They had the Saints as Super Bowl favorites. They think with Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, the running back that they drafted, I forget his name. I think the kid from TCU, right? And then with Derek Carr, they're like, this is a Super Bowl team. I was like, what? We got a new segment coming up, and this is one of my toxic, put your money where your mouth is segment next week. We're going to start that in the next week, but yes. Watch out. Moving on. Actually, no. Okay. Patriots Enzo says the Rams had a grocery bagger at QB when they had the greatest show on turf. You are 100% correct, Patriots End Zone. But let's not forget, Kurt Warner did have prior professional experience. Arena Football League, it takes a really good quarterback to play Arena Football League. Many people frown about, it's just a bottom tier player that didn't make it in college or whatever, yada, yada. I was in the Arena Football League. There are some beasts out there. A lot of them are at that quarterback positions. Because let's just be honest, you have 50 yards and 20 yards field wide to basically thread the needle on a lot of those passes. Kurt Warner was the real deal. I'm just going to put that out there. I think Kurt Warner was the real deal in the Arena Football League. I got a chance to see him as a barn burner. Barn burners, baby. Omaha, Nebraska. Moving on. AJ Brown avoided a near-life death experience at a bicycle charity ride over the weekend. And, guys, so if you guys don't know, AJ Brown was participating in the 6th annual Autism bicycle ride for the Philadelphia Eagles, where he was nearly struck by a car in Philadelphia. If you guys know anything about Philadelphia, they have some of the worst drivers, some of the worst streets, and Philadelphia is just a nasty-ass town. If you're from Philadelphia, I'm sorry. I work with a guy from Philly, and he talks bad about it all the time. Like, legit. Like, he's like, look, if you're ever traveling through Pennsylvania, go through the center between Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania or in Philly and just avoid both of those cities. But way or no way are the Titans fans still holding a grudge by trading A.J. Brown. So A.J. Brown later went on his IG Live saying that he thought he saw a Dallas Cowboys license plate on the car. He was obviously saying it jokingly when the car almost hit him. The car ran a stop sign and almost hit A.J. Brown. But let's roll this back. Let's be serious here for like a little bit. Tennessee Titans fans, I'm going to have my man Titans Talk here on later in the week to talk more about this. But are Titans fans still pretty bitter about the A.J. Brown trade? I mean, let's just be honest about it. A.J. Brown was the guy in Tennessee. A draft day trade to move up to get a number one pick. Do we remember who that number one pick was now? Or I keep saying a first round pick, I should say. Do we remember who it was? Guys, the Tennessee Titans have been shit since then. They have just been shit. But yeah, definitely some bitterness going on here. Bitterness going on here. But guys, it's time for a new segment.
Toxic comment of the day.
Alrighty, guys, as you know, we get thousands upon thousands comments and messages on our Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok pages every day. There are a lot of them that are good interaction, and we like to talk, and we like to have a good time with those comments. But there's always a time out there when we get those toxic comments. We get those comments that are just like, where at a left field do you get the right to say this? Right? So this comment is going to come from our post about Lizzo. This was obviously a very jokingly manner. And it says, for people that are listening to us on Spotify, it says Raiders sign Lizzo. And it's a picture of the Raiders logo with the Lizzo singing, right? Obviously, Lizzo is a very large woman. If I was a skinny white guy, I would be all over Lizzo 100%. But I'm not a skinny white guy. I'm a larger white guy. 245-pound beast, baby. Let's go. But when we go into the toxic comments here, this one got it kind of got underneath my skin a little bit. I tried to cut out the name, but I obviously did a very good job. But this is a joint account. So who cheated on who here? Pause, right? But she says, or he says, I don't know who it is. It's a joint account. Somebody cheated. But they say cyberbullying brought to you by the most world's insecure people that hide behind keyboards and screens. Lizzo is beautiful inside and out. Okay. I agree. Lizzo is a very good person. She is proud of being 400 pounds. She does not like the the body shaming doesn't affect her, right? Which I applaud that. I am happy for her and whatever, right? She is probably a very beautiful soul. But Mr. Joint Account, Mrs. Joint Account, how is it cyberbullying? Guys, let's bring up that picture. I got the intro on the other one. Let me give you a second here. Like, how is this cyberbullying? All we said is Raiders, it was all supposed to be jokes. And people want to take it to left field. Like, slow your roll there, potato hoe. Like, guys, this is just a single comment here. There were hundreds and thousands, if not tens of thousands, of positive, that is funny comments here. But there's several hundred of comments that just like this. Oh, this is cyberbullying. How is it cyberbullying? I'm asking for a friend like at this point. Like, how is this cyberbullying? That's just wow. That's I want to know. My man Joey posted this one. If you guys don't know Joey, a lot of those posts those are behind Joey. Joey's kind of like our intern here at Man Hour. He's a sophomore in high school. Still trying to get his feet wet in the real world. But yeah. Guys, that's going to be it for the Man Hour. Let me know if you like that toxic comment of the day. We're going to do that moving forward a lot more. They're going to be a lot more funnier ones, but this one just kind of got under my skin a little bit. This is the same person that jumped in the inbox and said, I hope you die, you sick dick, or something like that. I don't know. It is what it is. But guys, that's going to be it for the Man Hour. I am back. We'll be live tomorrow, Tuesday, 2 p.m. East Coast time. With what is Tuesday? If and Then Tuesday. We got new news, toxic comment, and if time permits, we're going to put that money where the mouth is. See you guys tomorrow, 2 p.m. East Coast time, right here on Facebook, and of course, youtube.com/Man Hour. We love you guys. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.